One of the biggest complaints about Tangem has been that it only supports one receiving address per crypto. Well, that just changed. Tangem released an update that lets you create multiple accounts within the same wallet, and each account has its own receiving address for every crypto. That means you can now have multiple Bitcoin addresses, multiple Ethereum addresses, and so on, all under one wallet. So in this video, I'm giving you a quick breakdown of how it works, how it differs from other hardware wallets, and how I'm planning to use this feature to better organize my crypto portfolio and increase my privacy. First, you're probably wondering how to get access to this new feature. It's simple. Just like with any Tangem update, all you need to do is update your Tangem wallet app, and depending on when you're watching this video, that update may or may not be available for you, but just keep checking back and it will eventually be available. Once the app is updated, all you need to do to start using multiple accounts and different receiving addresses is open your Tangem app, go to Settings, and then select the wallet you want to add a new account to. First, you have the option to name your wallet. That means you can clearly label accounts for different purposes, which makes organizing your crypto a lot easier. For example, you could create one account for a specific family member, or separate accounts for different strategies, or if you own a business, one could be a business account and the other your personal account. There's lots of ways you can use this. For me, I'll be using this to separate mine and my wife's account. For example, I'll name this account Wifey and instantly know that's her portfolio, and now we'll quickly be able to compare whose crypto is plummeting in value faster. Thanks, Tangem. I'll also use it functionally to increase my privacy. So one account will be like my savings account where I only send and hold crypto and I don't interact with anyone else. And then I'll have a separate account that will be more like a checking account, if you will, where I can request people to send me crypto and I don't have to worry about them finding out everything I hold in my wallet because they'll only know of my one address. But aside from just naming your different accounts, you can also change the color and even the logo. This makes it easy to quickly tell your accounts apart at a glance. So once you set your account up, you just tap Add Account, and then you can go back to the homepage and you'll see it listed there. When you open it for the first time, it likely won't have any tokens enabled, so you'll need to manually add the tokens you want to use in that account. And to do this, it's the same process as adding tokens to your original account. So you just go to Settings, select your wallet, choose the specific account, tap Manage Tokens, and then enable whichever tokens you want active in that specific account. For example, I'll add Bitcoin to this new account. Now, when I go back to the homepage and compare the Bitcoin address in my original account to the Bitcoin address in this new account that I just created, you'll see they are completely different receiving addresses. And if you're wondering how many accounts you can add to one Tangem wallet, the hard limit is set at 20 accounts, which is pretty substantial. I don't see you needing more than 20 accounts, as that could get pretty confusing, but 20 is the limit. But I also want to show you some other things that you can do with your multiple accounts. So if you go to Settings, select your wallet, and choose any one of your accounts, you'll see the option to archive it. You can archive any account except the original main account, but what does this actually mean? Why would you want to archive your account, and is it safe to do? That's the questions I had. Well, just to be clear, archiving your account doesn't delete it. In fact, you can't delete a crypto address or a crypto account once it's already created because it lives forever on the blockchain. It also doesn't remove your crypto. Archiving your account simply removes that account from your dashboard and hides it in the background of your wallet. You can always add your archived account back to the main dashboard by going into Settings, selecting your wallet, tap Archived Accounts, and then tap Recover, and it's that simple. It will instantly add that account back to your portfolio or to your dashboard. And the cool thing about this multiple account feature is that all of your accounts are derived from the same seed phrase and master key, so you'll always be able to recover all the different accounts as long as you have your seed phrase. So even if you import this seed phrase into another wallet, you'll technically be able to access all the different accounts. Some wallets might bring them up automatically, other ones you might have to manually add them, but they're all accessible since they're all attached to your one seed phrase. Now, if you're wondering why you would want to archive one of your accounts, I mean, there could be a lot of reasons, but one main reason that I thought of is maybe you have a long-term and a short-term account. You could archive that long-term account so that you don't have to constantly look at it, or be tempted to sell any of your crypto. So not only does it clean up your dashboard, but it helps you stay disciplined. On another note, I know many of you have been waiting for Tangem to add this feature before picking up a Tangem wallet. So if you do decide to finally pick up a Tangem wallet, make sure to use the link in the description or just use my discount code to get the best possible discount at checkout. That said, there are a few things I want to point out about this new multi-account feature, just so there's no confusion, because it might not do everything that you were hoping for, and in some cases it might be even better than you were expecting. First off, you can still only create one receiving address per crypto per account. It doesn't automatically create a new receiving address for you every time you receive crypto. So if you want a new receiving address for a specific crypto in your wallet, you will have to create a new account to get that new address. Second, and this really applies to all wallets, the multi-account or multi-address feature doesn't instantly increase your privacy. It's more about how you use each individual account or each receiving address. If your goal is privacy, you'll want to use each address independently. For example, if you send crypto from one of your Bitcoin addresses to another one of your Bitcoin addresses, you're essentially linking those addresses on the blockchain. So if someone views one of those addresses on the blockchain, they can see what other wallet addresses you're interacting with, and depending on your habits and different things, they could say, okay, he owns this wallet and also this wallet, essentially eliminating any privacy that you are trying to achieve. So privacy ultimately comes down to how you use multiple addresses. It doesn't automatically make it more private. Third, you don't need to back up anything new. Remember, all of these different accounts and receiving addresses are all derived from your one seed phrase. So it's not like you need to manage multiple seed phrases for each account in your wallet. They're all managed under your one seed phrase that you already have. That said, if you are considering getting a Tangem wallet now that this feature is finally available, there are some other questions that you might have and that you might want answered before getting the wallet. I cover over 40 of the most crucial Tangem wallet questions in this next video. I'll see you over there. God bless.